Mount Rushmore take right there. Let's stay right here in L.A. for the NBA playoffs. Both L.A. teams took an L over the weekend. My Clippers lost Game 1 to the Mavericks behind a 31-point triple-double from Luka Doncic. Other L.A. squad, yeah, the Lakers lost their Game 1 matchup to the Suns with LeBron and Anthony Davis combining for only 31 points. Sacho, are you more concerned about my Clippers or the Lakers?
Big dog, I'm more concerned about your squad. I'm more concerned about the Clippers because there's a quote that you're going to love because you're a man who lives on quotes.
Yes.
You don't rise to the occasion, you sink to your level of training. You don't rise to the occasion, you sink to your level of training. So for y'all at home, you don't rise to the occasion, you sink to your law of averages. And on average, the Clippers performed how they always performed, and the Mavericks performed how their stars always performed, and the Mavericks won the game. What do I mean by that? Luka the Don, during the regular season, you'll see, he averaged against the Clippers nearly a 30-point triple-double. Regular season, he gave you 30, he gave you 8, he gave you 11. Against the Clippers, Game 1, he gave you 31, he gave you 10, he gave you 11. Luka didn't rise to the occasion in Game 1. He just sunk to his level of training. On the flip side, the Clippers star players, they didn't do anything out of the ordinary in the regular season. Y'all look at it. Look at Kawhi and look at PG. Regular season, that man, the claw. Kawhi, he averages 24, 6, and 5. He gave you 26, 10, and 5. Look at PG, regular season. He averages 23, 6, and 5. He gave you 23, 6, and 5. So, if we know that you don't rise to the occasion, but rather you sink to your level of training, what we saw was Luka play how he plays on average, and the two-star players for the Clippers play how they play on average, and the Mavericks won the game. So the Clippers are in much more trouble than the Lakers because just on average, the Maverick star is better than the Clippers stars. No trouble for your squad, big dog.
Oh, man. Cho, you know I love you too much for you to come and take a shot at me and my squad right there. But it's okay. I know you needed a whole big board, the whole entire studio. Hey, what you want, the whole lot? You want to go next door to the Simpsons to get some more ammo and take a shot at me? You know damn well you are more concerned about the Lakers. Let me tell you why. This is the simplest way to answer these kind of debates. Look at me, clean shaven, right? Not from the barbershop. I don't go to barbershops. One, I ain't got 3 hours to get some dude to cut my hair, be on his phone, talking to his ex about what he gonna do later. Let me get in and let me get out. So I finally realized I don't need to be in the barbershop. But Acho, I'm gonna put you in the barbershop with me right now. I need to see you on camera, homeboy. Get out the Simpsons lot and get back on camera over here since you're taking shots. Here's the thing. Let's ask the simple question. Which squad would you rather be and facing the adversity that they're facing, the Clippers or the Lakers? We all know the answer. Rather be the Clippers facing the Mavericks than right now be the banged-up Lakers facing these young gunners in Phoenix. Let me tell you how this sounds to me right now. You sound like all the Laker fans that I run across in the streets, always talking trash to me online. Hey, Marcellus this. And when I see him, hey, Marcellus, I love you. You want a drink? I'm like, I'm right here now. I'll tell you, ain't no big board to separate us. Let's talk this real right here. In all seriousness, I got to do this the right way. Now, I don't even know if I should say this story, but that means you're going to say it, because if you bring it up on air, why the hell are you bringing it up? Let me just say this. I was leaving the game. I went to the Clippers game, defeated, bottom lip dragging on the floor, and I saw Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson on the other side. You know, we bang over here a different color than they bang over there, right? But respect, peace treaty. So I walked up to Richard, my homeboy. I said, what's up, Richard? I said, what happened, man? He's like, trust me, Marcellus, you're fine. I said, I know I'm fine, but I want to hear it. Echo what I'm feeling right now. Echo what I'm thinking. He's like, they hit every three they could take, and y'all missed all your threes. Y'all play that same defense and just law of averages. Y'all just go out there and play your normal game. You guys will be fine. That wasn't my D-block tape. That's Richard Jefferson's. I just stole it from another network and just said it right here. He called the game. I'm supposed to trust in you, Acho? He thinks that the Clippers will be fine, but you don't? Make it make sense. Let's bring in someone who may make it make sense. Slick Rick the Bucher. So, Slick, you more concerned about the Lakers or the Clippers?
You didn't just steal it from Richard. You stole it from me, too. Acho, I love the big board. I mean, I really love, you set that up so well. If I didn't know better, I'd be like, Acho's on it, man.
Exactly.
But here's the reality. And, Twitterverse is going to go bananas because they're going to say, oh, Bucher got on the crazy train with Wiley. Can we get him off? What happened to him? But here's the reality is that, yeah, Luka Doncic did get his numbers. But how did he get his numbers? By taking logo shots and shot 45% with the logo shots, 10% better than he did during the regular season. The Clippers as a whole are the best three-point shooting team in the league, and yet they lost that battle to the 18th best three-point shooting team in the league. And if you're thinking, well, how is the defense? Maybe the Mavs were a point in that. No, the Clippers are the sixth best team defending the three, and the Mavs are below average in that category as well. Reggie Jackson, who shoots 43% from three, and Marcus Morris, who shoots 47% from three, were a combined 0 for 9, and many of those were uncontested. And yet, in the final 2 minutes of the game, they were still within three, in spite of everything and this lopsided category in which they normally dominate. The game was still there for the taking. Conversely, you had the Los Angeles Lakers, who never got closer than 7 in the entire fourth quarter against a one-armed Chris Paul and a Phoenix Suns team that was trying to close out its first playoff game in 11 years. So I'm not really that worried about either of these teams after game one, but if you're asking me which one, I'm leaning Lakers.
Slick, Sal, let's talk, people, let's talk. Can we not act like we're too old to remember, I don't know, last year's playoffs when a Luka on one leg and a Kristaps Porzingis who only played 3 games, that same Mavs team took the Clippers to 6 games. Can we not act like we're too old to remember that a Luka that was 1 year prior, so not nearly the same player he was this year, averaged 31, 10, and 9. Slick, Sal, I don't care where Luka took the shots from. All he did in game one was what he always does. Luka averaged over 6 games a year ago, 31, 10, and 9. What did Luka give you just last game? 31, 11, and 10. It's just what Luka does. So I'm not going to sit there and act like it was chance or it was coincidence. It wasn't. It is who Luka is. I'm also going to admit this. The Clippers snuck by the Mavs last year. A Mavs team that they snuck by off a cheap shot. Yeah, I said it, Marcellus. Or a cheap foot, if I can. So the Clippers snuck by the Mavs last year. I don't foresee it happening again, but I'm going to end my take like this.
Strong.
Anthony Davis averages more than 13 points. He averages 25 points. LeBron James averages more than 18 points. He averages 25 points. The Lakers played below their average. Their star players did. That's why they lost. Devin Booker does not average 34 points. He averages around 26. He scored 34 points. DeAndre Ayton doesn't average 16 boards a game and 22 points. He gave you 22 and 16. The Phoenix Suns players played above their average. They're stars. The Lakers played below their average. They lost. The Mavs played at average. The Clippers played average. The Mavericks have beat the Clippers 3 out of the last 4 times in the regular season. The Clippers have lost 7 out of their last 11 games. You don't even have to be a mathematician. You don't have to be Aristotle, Plato, or Socrates to understand the very simple logic I am presenting to you. If the Mavericks play their average against the Clippers who play their average, the Mavericks will win the game, and it's exactly what we saw game one.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. You are off on this one.
Like Paul George?
Wait a minute, like AD. Shoot, like LeBron.
I ain't that far off. I ain't AD off.
But Paul George had more than LeBron and AD. Hello, they combined for 31. Luka like, I got that by myself. Let's stop with this. Here's the thing. When we talk about averages, here's the problem. We always go into basically a binary conversation. Are you going to be better than that or are you going to be worse than that? You're gonna, in terms of good and bad. So we just get to that place. That's problematic in this conversation. Because the Phoenix Suns players, yeah, you're right. Ayton went out there and put up more than normally Ayton would. Booker put up more than normally Booker would. And they're both great players, but still, we saw more. But, Acho, I got to remind you, you're above your average easier when the other team is average. And here's the thing. The Lakers, in terms of them being compromised, hurt, They kind of average right now. Just be real in terms of roster production. You're not factoring in how compromised this team is. They have not played together at the stretch end of this season, the latter part. They are disjointed. So you keep talking about last year's team. Yeah, the Lakers were the champions last year. This year, they're the play-in champions. That's a whole different animal than what we're seeing from this team in just 1 year. So you talk about the Clippers, just be normal. Just go out there and do what you do. Lakers lose a game by 9 despite getting 16 more free throws and the same amount of turnovers. We all know that the devil's in the details. And if the Lakers are true to themselves and not lying about their efforts, they're going to realize even if we play great, even if we play up to standard, there's still some numbers that support maybe that team can still outplay us.
Acho, to your point,